welcome to this guide. My name is Alexa, and wait, I'll be your co-pilot today.
So what exactly is a yaw tumble? This is what the yaw tumble is. Let's imagine that we're flying forward and our thrust is vectored in that direction there, right? If we're flying like this, the thrust is going down and we're not moving forward, but we're flying forward. So the thrust is going in that direction. The thrust that comes out of the back is air that the propellers push down. On this side, the air might not be turbulent, but once it's been touched by the propellers, the air is made turbulent, and turbulent air does not create as much lift. So when we're flying like this and we make a really sharp turn like that, we're still going to have speed in that direction. Now if we go even 100% throttle, what is happening is we're moving backwards through our own turbulent air. I don't know if you've ever watched Formula 1. Sometimes when the first car takes the cornering really fast and the second car is right behind it, that second car doesn't have the grip because the wings on it are not as efficient as the first car, because it has to deal now with air made turbulent by the first car. So if the first car gets too close, if the second car gets too close to the first car, the wing hits turbulent air and it will lose the downforce that provides more grip. And it's the same here. We're making this sharp turn, but we still have speed in that direction. And now we're flying backwards through our own turbulent air. And what happens with the Avata and the Neo when you do that too aggressively? Your props are gonna stall. The props might stall, the front props might stall, and it falls like that. Maybe the back props will stall and it falls like that. But usually what happens is the two props on the side stall first. So you come here and you make your sharp turn, and somewhere around this turn, it falls over because the propellers are stalling. On the Avata 2, you can fix this by putting props on there that have less pitch. These are props that have less pitch, less grip on the air. So what's going to happen when you put them on? The Avata 2 is going to create more RPM to create the same amount of thrust. And because it has a little more momentum, it will not yaw tumble as easy. Now, on the Neo, I don't really advise anybody putting a non-stock props on. You just have to fly around it on the Neo, which means you have to make a coordinated turn where you roll and bank into turns like that. And what you don't do is like 50 kilometers an hour in this direction, then turn around and then give thrust in the other direction. If you do that, you're gonna fall over. So let's try to demonstrate a yaw tumble. We have a little bit of altitude now, and there you see the opening of the Sarangani Bay. That's where the wind is coming from. So a yaw tumble, well, it's very easy to make it happen. All we gotta do is fly a little bit like that. Did you see that? All we did on our sticks was we used yaw we're flying in this direction, and oh well, that's not the yaw tumble, that was just yaw. What we're trying to do is just make a very sharp turn without using too much roll. There we go. That was a yaw tumble. Okay, I really had to focus to make it happen. So what did we do? We went with the wind. We went in against the wind, and we just made a turn that had too much aggressive roll and yaw. It was a coordinated turn because all my turns are coordinated. What we did was we went roll and yaw at the same time against the wind. Oh, there we go. There we go. Did you see that? Did you see that? It fell backwards this time. Did you see that? That's what we did. So we just made this too sharp, and then this time we didn't do it that sharp. Yeah, there we go. So we got our yaw tumble. We got our yaw tumbles. Those were two yaw tumbles. We're flying with the wind, and we want to get some speed, and now we're going to just make a sharp turn. Actually, Now, let's demonstrate the difference between flying with the wind and against the wind. We're gonna fly with the wind now, and as you can see, we have all the speed. Now let's make the sharp turn, and nothing really happened because the wind caught us. So that concludes our first part in our series Beyond the Beginner that I'm making for especially the DJI Neo, but it can also apply for basically anything that's a tiny whoop, or maybe a little bit bigger than a tiny whoop. Anyway, whoops. Small whoops, mini whoops, tiny whoops, maybe up into the Avata, and after that you would have to watch something else. In the next part, today we did the tumble, and in the next part we're gonna do the washout. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode. Kiniak out.
Anyway, thank you for watching that is watching video Kiniak.
Okay, bye bye.